All right, so here's the story of my first ever listing in real estate. I'm going door to door, starting out my career, business to business specifically, and passing out flyers saying, hey, if you don't have a realtor, use me. You know, I'm brand new to real estate, but look at me, I'm working hard. So that's kind of how I built my business. My first listing lead came from a guy literally sitting behind the counter at a laundromat. He says, I got a house to sell. I said, okay, great. Well, I'll come down there next week and we'll take a look. Drove down to this rundown area of Fuquay and this rundown little house and sat down with him and his wife, and we, talking about numbers and things like that. And they said, I think we might be upside down on the property. Yeah, they were way freaking upside down, like literally $100,000 upside down. They owed $167,000 on the property. It was probably worth $67,000. The world may never know because I didn't sell a damn thing. Anyway, we list it, and we go under contract a couple times, and each time the buyer gets bored waiting to hear back from the bank. That happens a lot on short sales. So I've got this listing literally for a year and a half. They moved out a couple months into this thing. She took a job up in DC, so they moved up there. So once a month or so, maybe more often than that, I'm driving down to Fuquay and looking at this beat up old rundown house. Sometimes the grass is knee high. I'm looking for snakes while I'm out there. Every time I go check on the house, I come back, I got chiggers on my legs and shit. And I've had squatters in the house. There's actually a detached garage behind the house with a finished apartment over top of it. Sounds pretty nice, right? It wasn't. Anyway, I went in there. There's a sleeping bag in there. Somebody's been breaking in. I could see that they wrenched their way in with a screwdriver, and so I was kind of about done with this thing. They had a wasp's nest, like the wasps had built a nest like right over top of the front door, and so I see that one. I'm planning on, before I can even get back with my wasp spray, right? I get a call from the owner, and he says, hey, it looks like somebody broke into the house. Can you go down there and meet the police? And I'm like, damn, man, I'm a year and a half in this thing. I ain't made a dime off of it. I'm about ready to be done with it. I go down and meet the police officer there. And, anyway, we talk a little bit, and I go up to let him in the door, right? And he's got his gun pulled out, and he's like, stay here. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, man. I stay here. I mean, is it even cool with you that I'm standing on the porch while you're going to go clear the house? I mean, I'm a Marine vet, so, but I don't do that shit anymore. I'm a realtor now, right? I don't get paid to go in and shoot bad guys anymore. So anyway, he comes out, and all is well. There's no one in the house, but it's been vandalized pretty good. And so I get to make the call to my sellers and kind of let them know what just went down. And I'm like, so what do y'all want to do? And they said exactly what I was hoping that they would say, which was, let's just let it go into foreclosure. And I'm like, right, because I'm a year and a half into this. I haven't made any money. I like y'all, but at some point, we just got to pull the plug on it. And that was going to be today, whether it was you or me making that call. So anyway, there's the story of my first listing ever in real estate. If you want to hear more about real estate, recipes, and positivity, click that little subscribe button, man, and check me out. Dylan Hale with Hale Family Real Estate and 100 Men Who Give a Damn. I'm out.